Hi class, this is Miss Wu and welcome to my digital website titled as Living in a Probability World. Before we get started, let me introduce my background. I am actually an actuarial science student and I am currently finishing up my bachelor's degrees in actuarial science, and at the same time, I am also preparing for mathematics teaching credential program. The reason why I like math is because I found it to be very interesting. And ever since first grade, I feel like I'm watching a magic show when my math teacher is explaining the materials. You can find more information about me by clicking this video right here. And now let's get into our topic. The topic of the website is obviously like what you just heard, living in a probability world. Right, so that is probability. This website is designed for eighth graders as well as those who are interested in taking AP Stats in high school. You will find useful information about terminologies of general probabilities as well as real-life probability examples. The essential topic of this website is determining the expected values and its application to real-life examples. Located at the bottom of the homepage, you can find my contact information, including my email and my phone number. So if you have any questions at any time, feel free to drop me a line. And now let's jump to what is probability. In definition, probability is a branch of mathematics concerning numerical descriptions of how likely an event is to occur or how likely it is that a proposition is true. The probability of an event is a number between 0 and 1, where roughly speaking, 0 indicates the impossibility of the event and 1 indicates certainty. I also added a video that provides you with better insights about different terms such as certain, likely, possible, unlikely, impossible, and etc. There are also many examples in our real life that involves with probability. For example, what is the chance of raining today? What about the chance of raining tomorrow? What is the chance that you can guess the correct answer in a multiple choice when you have no idea how to solve? One thing that probabilities involved with the most is gambling. Have you ever wondered why is the chance of losing money so high when gambling? It is because the probability and its expected value. In other words, expected value, you can think of it as what do you expect, gain or loss every round you play. In this website, on the tabs located on top, you can find different information about probability and expected value. And let me walk you through that right now. Under the useful links tab, you can find 10 different links that has resources about probability. The first two are about terminology and examples with detailed description, such as complement of an event, what is Bernoulli random variable, and etc. And then the next three are about expected values. It contains information about determining expected value with detailed explanation of each step from the calculation. The fifth one, which ties back to what I just mentioned in the previous tab, which is gambling. How does expected value involve with gambling? This website would give you a taste of how expected value plays an important role when it comes to taking a bet. And the next 5 websites are for people who are interested in becoming an actuary. The first 3, as you can tell, the first one is the formula sheets that you need to know when you are preparing for exam P. And the exam P must know, this is a YouTube playlist that I also visit quite often when I was studying for exam P. And the third one, exam P syllabus, is directly from the SOA website. It would provide you a list of all the topics that will be covered in exam P, as well as some recommended textbooks and readings. The last two are online platforms that provides you with a lot of practice questions. Besides the practice questions, you can control your own pace of your studying. They also provide you with a lot of videos that covers the key topics in each section, and it will provide you a deeper understanding and help you better prepare for exams. Next, let's look at digital interactives. In this tab, I prepare 4 tools for you guys. First one is expected value calculator in discrete cases. Instead of using your calculator and typing it one by one, you can input all the values that here correctly, and by one click, you can have the answer. And the second one is Z-score calculator. Although we are not covering Z-score in probability and expected value calculation in this chapter, but it is useful when it comes to discuss about normal curve and bell-shaped curve later on. And the next one is mathways, not only for probability, but also other subjects like algebra and trigonometry. On top of the solution, it also provides you step-by-step explanation, and that is why I highly recommend you guys to use this. Lastly is Guru. This will be discussed along with central limit theorem and law of large numbers, as well as learning Z-score later on in the semester. Although the Z-score calculator and Guru are not essential in learning the chapter that we are covering here, but feel free to take a look at them and get a head start of the understanding. Another thing that I wanted to mention is internet use. You need to pay attention to different resources and the internet safety. I have summarized 5 key suggestions. First is use a strong password and change them once a while. Second, beware of free Wi-Fi and free downloads. Third, install ad blocker on your browser. Fourth, double check online information and website reliability. Last but not least, avoid suspicious links. I also embedded a YouTube video, although it says kids in the title, but it's informative and the visualization has made the information very easy to understand. And next tab I have for you is assessive technology. First one is the Quizlet. I believe that Quizlet is very popular for you guys, and many of you have already used it before. It works like just flashcards, but digital flashcards. On Quizlet, you can have a list of terms on one side and definitions on the other side. If you go on the website of Quizlet, you can not only find the terms and definitions for probability, you can also use them to find helpful info for your other subjects. The second one is for my special ed students. It is the sign language translator. You can type in the sentence that you would like to translate, or just simply copy and paste to the translator, and a series of sign language would come out. I hope this is helpful for you guys, and if you have any other questions, please let me know. I'll be very happy to help you out. The next tab we are looking at is the lecture and guided notes. I have made a PowerPoint that includes the concepts of probability, expected values, and common discrete random variables. While you are reviewing this PowerPoint, you can use the guided notes at the bottom of the page to write down key points as you wish. This is not an assignment, so you do not need to turn it in. However, if you have a preferred way to take notes, feel free. Next I have is graphic organizer. This is all the exercises begin. For this activity, you will need to work with a partner, then compare with your classmates and come up with the report and expected value. Before you start, I recommend you to review the notes and textbook to refresh your memory, and also review a sample below and the scoring guideline. What you need to do in this website is you and your partner will be playing a tiny game by rolling a die. You can come up with your own agreement on the payout. And please note that do not play with real money, because I don't want you guys to get into the habit of gambling. So do a total of 10 simulations and record the outcome and payout of each of them. Compare your results and expected values and expected payout by calculating them using the expected values that you learned in this chapter. Upload the 10 simulations on the Jamboard. Make sure to put your name and also your partner's name next to your work. You can choose 2 other pairs' work and observe the similarity and difference between their work and yours. For example, is there any similarities that you guys share in payouts? Is there similarities or differences when it comes to the expected value and etc.? Make sure you only turn in the simulation and expected value on Jamboard, but you need to submit your simulation, expected value, and comparison paragraph on Canvas. Next I have for you is the assessments. There are 2 assessments on this tab. First one is Quizlet. I have made a Quizlet that consists of 10 questions about the terms and definitions of probability and expected values. All you need to do is click on this website. You're gonna be finishing this quiz, choosing the matching term. After you finish, just simply click answers to check for your score. The second assessment I have is investigate in a gambling game. You can choose to work alone or work in a group, but no more than 3 people. You can choose any type of gambling game you want. Make sure you explore and understand the rules behind the game because you'll need to provide a detailed explanation. Next, you're going to be investigating detail and explain things that you suspect that is fair or extremely unfair that can make the player lose money badly. You will need to provide a detailed explanation involved with calculation to prove your thoughts. You can use additional mathematics skills that are not covered in this chapter. And if you use those additional math skills and handle the correct calculations, you can earn up to 3 points of extra credit. And the last step of this assignment is to design a potential solution to make the game of your choice a fair game. For example, for the things that you suspect that is highly unfair, you need to come up with a solution that could make the game of your choice a fair game and it is fair to the player. It won't cause them to lose money badly. Make sure to review the scoring guideline before you start. Lastly, I have learning menu. I broke this down into a meal for you guys, and the appetizer we're going to start with is understanding the terminology. Instead of doing a quiz and matching terms on Quizlet, you're going to be elaborate on the definition. Make sure it has to be in your own words. Alternatively, you can also do this by using technology, which is create your own Quizlet. And this could be in any type of format. It doesn't have to be in complete sentences. It could be in a table, graphic organizers, bullet points, and etc. And next one I have for you is the main course. There are 2 activities in the main course. The first one is side dish. You need to complete the worksheet located right here. There are 8 questions in total. Make sure you read the question carefully, and you need to write down every step and clearly show your work. Second is the entree. You can choose any real-life example that follows a random variable that we went over in this class, and you need to obtain a complete simulation in probabilities finding, expected value, and provide a short paragraph of analysis. The purpose of this is to check if you understand what is the definition of the specific random variables and how do you interpret things outside of the classroom. You may refer to additional resources located at the bottom of the page, but please know that you do have to come up with everything that is by yourself. You are not allowed to use anything from the website. And lastly is the dessert. Dessert is just simply a reflection. You need to write down what you learned in this chapter as well as what you still wonder about. Again, everything has to be in your own words. It doesn't have to be in paragraphs. It could be in bullet points, charts, tables, or anything that you prefer. The key is to include as many details as you can and use straightforward wording. In mathematics, you should keep your wording simple, straightforward, and stupid instead of using fancy words, because the purpose of mathematics writing is to make the audience easy to understand everything. And that is all I have for the website. If you happen to have any questions, feel free to send me an email, and you can find my contact information located on the homepage. And best of luck with your studies.